These are what I'm going to call the 4 R's of success, okay? I'm going to talk about each of these. Number 1, I believe Peter is relevant. What does relevant mean? Who can help me out with the definition of that word? What does relevant mean?
Staying up to date on like trends and what's popular.
Yeah, staying up to date on trends and what's popular, right? And you guys have to do this, not only if you're in the music space or any other space, right? And let's look at some of the ways I think Peter is relevant. Who knows what Hamilton is? Anybody? Has anyone seen it? Okay, a few of you. Awesome. Awesome. So, guess what? When Hamilton comes out, what does Peter do? He does an a cappella medley, right? He does some remix with some of his friends. When Dear Evan Hansen, who's seen Dear Evan Hansen or heard of it? All right, awesome. So when Dear Evan Hansen comes out, he comes out with a medley. Misty Mountains, what's that from? The Hobbit, right? The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy, which are absolutely awesome. He's relevant. He's doing things that are culturally relevant and he knows will get views. Okay, and that will bring his presence, his online presence up, and he'll be more known by more people. One other thing that I want to talk about really quickly is this. Did you know that he was #1 on 2 Billboard charts recently? Anybody knew that? Now this is interesting because crossovers from being an online star to a Billboard artist and to actually chart are relatively rare. You know, Lindsey Sterling has done it, piano guys have done it, other people have done it, but this was Peter's really first foray into this, and this was incredible. And I want to read this post, at least the majority of it, and I want you to tell me what sticks out to you when you read this post. He says this, #1 on 2 Billboard charts. Huge congratulations to my amazing team. Without them, things like this don't happen. And then he tags multiple of them in the post. He says, all 4,000 plus patrons, and most importantly, Evan, his wife, for putting up with my insane schedule and desire to change the world. Oh, and my entire community of amazing people who, for whatever reason, love my music. Oh, and you, considering the fact that this accomplishment, getting on 2 charts #1, happened using no ad spend, no agent, no manager, and no labels, shows that anyone can do this. Anyone. The future of content creation for musicians and for any other creator, for that matter, is based solely on the relationship between the creator and their community, and never putting anyone, anything, or anyone in between them. Our success is proof that the future of the music industry for the creator revolution is one in which where the creator gets to decide on how to run their career. If we choose to focus on family first and never hitting the road, you can. This is what is possible in 2018 and beyond. The music industry needs to pay attention to the revolution that is happening right before our eyes. Okay, so those are some important things that he said, I think. What are some things that stood out to you? What did he say that makes a difference to you? Who has the mic over here?
Right here.
Oh, in the back. Okay, could you give it to the gentleman right there, and then I'll bring it over to... Yeah, go ahead, and I'll give it to her second.
I was impressed that this is like a super big accomplishment, but he's giving all the credit to everyone on his team. He's not like, well, I knew I could do it and now I did it. He's like very modest about it, which is impressive.
Yes, humility, right? Yeah, humility.
I was actually going to say something very similar. He thanks everyone and he's so grateful to his entire team, everyone that he can mention and even the people that he can't mention.
Absolutely, absolutely. And each of us, right? He says to each of you for doing this and for buying my album, etc. Do you mind getting this gentleman here, and I'll give it to this lady first?
I think it's really important that he thanked his followers, the people who listen to his music, because that gave them pride of, oh yeah, I do listen to him, and I helped him get there, even if I was just a little drop, and that made them even more proud of it, and made other people want to be like, oh, I want to do that too, that sounds really cool.
Awesome. I agree. I think he makes us all feel like this is our accomplishment together, and I think that's magical how he does that.
I loved how he pointed out how one of his inspirations and guides along the way was his family, and that if we are able to focus on our family, we can and continue on our morals and the things that we choose to do, then we can do whatever we want.
Absolutely.